Hey everybody, welcome. This is the Lady Kayla here, and today we're going to do the topic of sexism in media, and I guess media as in like television, news, movies. I wasn't quite sure, I didn't get like the idea of it, but that's what this topic was created by my friend, so she knows more about it than I do. So if our videos come out different, it's just because we interpret the topic differently. So sometimes our topic will generally be the same, but we'll address it in different ways, if that makes any sense. So I didn't really know what to do, so I just decided to take a television show and point out something that I think is an issue in media, and that is women blaming. And basically, when two parties are involved, like a woman and a man, and they do the same thing, the woman will get most of the blame or will get treated differently than the male would, and typically the woman will suffer more negatively than the man would. And my example is The Walking Dead. So if you haven't watched season 1, then I suggest you don't watch this video any further. But basically, in The Walking Dead, Lori Grimes is a married woman, but she believes her husband's dead. And so Shane, who was her husband's best friend, also believes her husband is dead, and so they get together and they have sexual relationship. And when I was reading the reviews or character reviews of like the Walking Dead characters, everyone was calling Lori a slut. I heard nothing about Shane, nothing negative about Shane, at least in this kind of plot right here. I mean, that he has negative characteristics, but they weren't saying anything negative about him when it came to their sexual relationship. But they're calling Lori a slut and blaming her for like tempting Shane, and this is ridiculous because we just see them having consenting sex. When we first see them have sex, it's assumed that they've had this relationship for a while now. We don't pick up when they first have sex, so we don't see them seduce one another. They just go off into the forest and have sex, and by the way they were so familiar with each other, we can assume that their sexual relationship was ongoing. So this whole, oh, she tempted Shane thing is ridiculous. Also, they both believe that Rick was dead, so no one's to blame. They both just decided to have sexual relationship. And yes, it seems kind of odd because, you know, Shane is Rick's best friend and Lori knows this, and Shane, well, he knows it too. He knows that this is his best friend's wife. But honestly, like, the world is crashing down around them and they're the only two familiar faces they have. So it kind of makes sense that they would connect. It doesn't necessarily mean they had to have a sexual relationship, but they did, and I honestly don't see how either one is to blame, especially Lori. I don't see how she's a slut. And then after, when Rick arrives, she decides to continue being his wife, and she makes the decision to not tell Rick what happened between her and Shane, so that's a totally different situation and scenario. But Shane actually, when Lori decides to choose Rick, even though she decides not to tell him the whole story, she's very adamant to Shane that, look, I need to be his wife. I choose to be his wife. Our relationship is done. She's very strict on that. She's very stern on that. And Shane knows that she decided to be with Rick. And yet Shane continues to pine over her and one time even sexually assaults her. So I don't see how Lori is a slut at all. The only mistake I can see her making is her deciding not to tell Rick. And that's just a decision she made. I don't think it's really a mistake. I think it's, you know, of course it's a lie, playing it off that nothing happened between her and Shane right in front of Rick, but it's something she decided to do, and Shane, if anything, is the aggressor and the sexual assaulter. I don't know how else to put it. He actually sexually assaulted Lori. Actually, like, was aggressive towards her and touched her and tried to have sex with her against her will. And Lori's the slut. I don't understand. And I see this kind of behavior in like every fandom towards women. Whenever there's like a sexual relationship, it's always the woman's fault, even if they both consented, or even if she was the one who got raped. It's still this, oh, it's a woman's fault for tempting him, or it's she's a slut because she consented to have sex with him and he consented back. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I'm not sure if this discussion was relevant to the topic, which is supposed to be sexism in media. I hope it was, and I definitely look forward to Gigi's video. She is fantastic, and I hope that I see through her video what I was actually supposed to do. So thank you for your time. Bye.